Hello there, my beloved Awakened One. I'm Monica Bermudez, an intuitive quantum energy healer. I wanted to come on to this YouTube message for the energies of June as we enter into June, as we're ending May, and also like a mini review of the 6 months so far for 2023 as we are mid-year. And it's been challenging, I have to say, because beginning of 2023, at least from my personal experience, there's been tremendous amount of changes and shift in my physical body as well as energetically, and it's all part of the energy as we are dismantling a lot of the things that no longer serve us and cutting ties with those that we no longer resonate with, but also releasing and alchemizing, transmuting, and letting go of the things that no longer serve us, that includes patterns that are toxic, that are traumatic, and that we've been holding on to for so long. And it's just time to start letting those go and releasing them and freeing ourselves to be able to quantum leap into our new higher vibrational realities of life that we are all desiring from a soul level and a heart calling level. So in this video, I want to talk about the 5 things to know about the energies for June of 2023 as we are entering this month. And we've had some major eclipses so far, 2 big ones that are still in effect with the energies, and it's all about the shocking, transformative waves of energy that last for months. And it feels like to me, with as we enter June energy, we're entering with the energies of Gemini, which is about the choices that we're making, duality, being able to navigate the duality of things, as restoring the balance within ourselves, the yin and the yang, which is the giving and the receiving as well. So it's all about the 2s. And then we end the month with the sign of Cancer, which Cancer is really heightened intuition and sensitivities. And it's about also being able to know how to protect yourself also when it comes to all these energies and mixture of energies that we're all jumping into, and that includes some of the astrological energies as well. So it could feel as though there could be also other energies that are not so pleasant, and that if you're an empath, you're overly sensitive like I am. So this is a reminder also of keeping ourselves well protected and grounded, as well as we get these higher frequencies of energies entering the planet as well. And there is so much change and upheaval that is all over the place, and it just seems like there's people, there's cars everywhere. And some people are in this high tension as well. And the beginning of June, we are going to have very powerful full moon, which is in Sagittarius, and that will take its peak on June 3rd to 4th, and it will be still in the sign of Gemini. And so it's a combination of the energies of Gemini and Sagittarius in there, which is all about having your own adventures. And on the first day of June, there is an astrological event where Jupiter will be in alignment to the North Node. And the North Node is all about your purpose, about your direction in life. And so it's about fulfilling your own mission. And so with this, it sets the tone for the month of June. And so it's a very powerful time where, because Jupiter is also a very expansive planet, so I like to look at it, it feels to me kind of like royalty as well, but it's an expansion on whatever house it may fall into. But it could also, I feel like there is some expansion going on with our wealth and abundance and all the things that we've been setting if we've been setting certain intentions, say for the new moon cycles of energies from the beginning of 2023 or for a long time now, I feel that this is, going to expand on those areas as well, those energetic fields. And so on June 18th, the new moon energy will peak, or I believe it's the 19th. Yeah, no, it's the 18th. Is when the energy will be at its highest peak for the new moon, and that will be a new moon in Gemini, which happens to be, I believe, Father's Day in the United States. It's a holiday. So there is that, resemblance or meaning that has to do with the divine masculine energy as well. Because I feel like the divine feminine, sacred feminine energy has been increasing and getting stronger by the years, and it felt the strongest this year, to the point that I feel that it's also assisting and rebalancing the divine masculine within ourselves and bringing in that balance in us, bringing both of them together. And the divine feminine is that of the creativity, the intuition, and our sensitivities to ourselves and our environment. And the divine masculine helps with keeping the structures and the safety. And there is a union and a working together where there is an equal trust with one another and supporting each other in that way. So there is that special connection that also starts within ourselves as well, as I've talked in some of my videos before about the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies together. And so the number one thing that I want to point out about this month of June is to be open to adventures, because Gemini is also a mutable sign, is the air sign. So it's about being open to certain adventures and change and transformation. And so there's this sense of doing something new, and that newness is something to do with your direction in life, where you are, being drawn or called from your heart to be more in alignment to your soul and your heart. And so that's what this, being open to these changes and adventures will bring in more synchronicity and connection with others that are aligning to the desires of your new higher vibrational energy. Because when you are in alignment with your own soul calling, which the heart is the gateway for that soul calling, it brings you, or it aligns you to that higher vibrational reality as well. So there's a point, right, where our energy may be in that alignment, but then the physical part of us is catching up to that reality as well. So there's that, connection, that combination of the two. And so that's why when we're open to like new adventures, there is this alignment of our physical self with our soul level to reach that synchronicity. The number two thing is being clear about the choices that you're making. So because it's in the sign of Gemini, it's about also making the choices in our life, and what choices we make are also, it's not about being right or wrong, but it will change, and shift the timeline and the trajectory and our own, way of direction for our new reality that we are manifesting in the physical form as well. So, but I always see this though, that when we come within our own heart and really use that discernment within our own heart, that sacred, right in the center, that sacredness within yourself, of your higher aspect, and attuning within your own I am presence, that you get the clear messages of what's in the flow, what's in, that moment for you to make that choice that is, in accordance to your contracts and what you're aligned to in your purpose and your mission and so forth in that moment. So The number 3 thing is to, as you're making the choices, you're also going to get clarity on your direction and your mission, your purpose. Now, there are many layers to a purpose, and that's something that I've always talked about for so long, is that we tap into one purpose, but then there's a new purpose that may resurface. And they all are, part of what you signed up for before you even like incarnated into this physical body itself. And so some of these may be about karmic lessons and dissolving and completing those cycles, because I feel that many of us are completing cycles in the karmic lessons, and it could be very challenging, it could be overwhelming, and uncomfortable, because there's a lot of layers still within ourselves that we find ourselves uncovering. And just remember to always take it easy on yourself as well, and continue to ground yourself and find a way to make peace with those lessons that you're learning and completing those cycles. And that is all part of this purpose and what we're all here to do. I would say most of us are in that. And then there's other layers of purpose and calling where we are meant to connect with certain people for a certain amount of time, and that time may have completed its cycle and fulfilled that connection for that reason that needed to come, either for your purpose and what you're being called into for a lesson, karmic lesson, or it's just to reestablish a balance from previous lives, whatever may be the case. So there's many examples that we could dwell into or talk about, and a lot of this also has to do with the quantum entanglement, because we are all interconnected, interrelated, not just within this lifetime, but also from the many past lifetimes that we've had, and also a lot of our different aspects of ourselves across the universe, because there are many other aspects of us that are spread around the universe that also connect with us, because we're all in those different aspects. We're all experiencing different experiences and different journeys. So that's part of why so many talk about being multidimensional. That is, what is meant by being multidimensional. You could be in all the different dimensions, experiencing different experiences and journeys and learning from that. And being a human is one aspect of learning to be a human, because there are many lessons that are learned through being a human. There are much more challenges in a world that's been so dualistic and structured in such a way that many will call the Matrix, because it does feel like it's a virtual reality in itself, and that we could just change it and transmute it with our own magic and alchemical, when we are more in attunement with our own mastery within ourselves and our higher aspect. So I am definitely a firm believer in being masters of our own reality and being able to change those frequencies and those vibrational energies within ourselves, to be able to transmute it and alchemize it, so that you're able to release those patterns that no longer serve you, and also shift your quantum timelines and go into these quantum leaps of like new realities of your life and your existence, and being able to maintain that balance, because we are meant to always be in this state of joy. And I feel that a lot of what's changing right now with the energies in the planet is where we're all just realigning ourselves to be. And that includes catching up with a lot of these physical structures that had no longer serve, that are remodifying, restructuring themselves, reconstructing themselves, so that they are supportive of humanity, of us, in a more joyful, balanced state that is good for all the collective, that is in alignment with all of us. So that is the place that we're supposed to be in, because that is our divine right, is joy. And a lot of the higher frequencies of energies that have are coming in right now are very we say photonic and crystalline type energies. So there's a lot in our cells that if it's not yet, taken care of, it could just feel chaotic and overwhelming. And so that's why it's so important to maintain the grounding and be able to connect more with nature as well, because nature is already, I would say, accelerated in these higher frequencies of energy, and they support us with their energies during these changing times. So number 4 thing is that we do not feel like over analytical about all the changes, right? Because the other aspect of being a Gemini is that sometimes, we have a tendency to get over analytical, because it's the air sign, is about intelligence. So it's a tendency to just jump into the head too much, but there is this reminder of also bringing in your heart energy and having that moment of trust and discernment and maintaining your self-balance and within your own heart. And remember to take those silent moments to really tune into your own heart energy and hearing what those new directions are, those new choices that are, the best for you in the moment. So some of the other things that is coming up, which is the last one, is to take a risk in the choices, right? Take a risk in the changes and to making those quantum leaps, because it feels like this is a month that could also be a quantum leap for so many, when we're taking that feeling that calling in the heart that is really calling for something new, that desire, and the impulse that is more in alignment to your own heart and soul, and the passion also that is resurfacing from your heart, and listening to that, even though there could be fear that may be coming up. And that is a part about alchemizing. But the moment that you make those changes, you're making those quantum leaps into these new physical realities in your life as well. So the month of June is my birth month, and so I want to also wish those who are birth baby or baby, for the June month. So I am doing a special sale for the month of June, where I will have my private sessions about 20% discounted. And you can find the code in the description area and all the information. So go over there and explore the one that resonates for you. So, and happy birthday to those who are born in June. And so I'm excited though to be offering this to you. And I look forward to connecting with you in this way. But remember though, for the month of June is that, in every month there's always this opportunity for us to start new chapters and new changes in our life. So whatever it is that you're feeling called right now, stay in that moment of silence to tune in to your higher guidance, your higher self, and that moment of silence, and making the best choices in the moment for now, and always, being aware of your own heart energy and continuously staying in tune in that balance with yourself. All right, well, I look forward to connecting with you in another video very soon. Take care. Bye for now.